Well, good morning, everyone. I want to welcome everybody to the Tuesday, May 21st, 2024 meeting of the Denton County Commissioners Court. We're glad to have you all with us today. This morning, I'd like to welcome forward Randy Sheffield with Denton Bible. It was good to have you back again, Mr. Sheffield, and he is going to lead us in our invocation. And our pledges will be led by our tax assessor collector, Mrs. Michelle French. And if you'll please stand, I would like to remind everybody to please turn off your cell phones. All right.
Well, it's certainly a pleasant good morning, Judge Eads, commissioners, and people of the court. And a big old howdy from all of us at Denton Bible Church. So please join me as I pray. Well, Father, thank you for this beautiful morning that we have to come. And Father, I thank you for these that are here to serve, to make decisions, to lead right here in our community. Father, we're grateful for them. Your word says that we're to pray for those that lead in our governments. So, Father, I ask that for them today. And, Father, remembering to thank you for this incredible community that we live in, for this incredible county that you blessed us with. And so, Father, as stewards of this thing that you've given us, this beautiful thing, we pray that we would be found faithful. And Father, certainly we remember to thank you for our first responders, for the law enforcement, for the people that stand in the gap in our community to serve and to protect us. We're grateful for that. And we're grateful for your blessings, Father, the blessings of life and liberty and serving, dear God. So, Father, I commit this time to you, and we remember to thank you for all that we have in Christ. And it's in his name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Randy.
You would join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Well, thank you, Randy, and thank you, Michelle. All right, we have two individuals registered for public comments this morning. Our first is Mr. Willie Hudspeth. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Judge and
Good to see
Commissioner. My name is Willie Hudspeth. I live at 623 Newton. I've been really depressed here lately about the state of our country and seeing those kids and who are injured and are dead in some of those war areas, and just really sad. So I want to again do something to try to be an encouragement as I try to inform as well. We are looking through the paperwork that we've requested from you in areas of the St. John Cemetery, and I'll be reporting to you or just talking to you about that as I uncover some things that I need further information on, or at least discussion. I know you can't respond, but I want to just talk about some of those things. But again, with the remaining time that I have, I just would like to feel good about myself today. I noticed there was a guy out there on Loop 288. I guess he was homeless, and he was laying on the ground, and his feet were in the street, and his head was laying back in the grass. And I thought, man, I need to go out there and go over there and ask him if he just wants to be injured or he's trying to get killed. Why is he laying in the street like that and you can't see him? And I thought, oh, but I got to get to my meeting. So you just have to hold your life there until I leave out of here and try to do that. But I digress. feel-good song, and for me. Let me do this. Okay. And then I'll get out. I'll run out of time if I start talking again. Come on. Technology, you gotta hate it.
Thank you, Mr. Hudspeth. Next is Ms. Chelsea Stallings.
Good morning. My name is Chelsea Stallings. I live in Denton, Texas, 76201. I'm going to read a little bit from an email that I submitted yesterday. After reviewing the open records requests we got back from the Texas Historical Commission regarding the St. John Cemetery, it appears that this new push for a historical Texas cemetery and HTC designation came only about a year ago. After talking with my colleague Jessica Luther Rummel, it turns out that in May of last year, she reached out to the Denton County Office of History and Culture, the OHC, to learn more about St. John Cemetery, not just the community, but the cemetery. She was ignored and rejected by Peggy Riddle, the OHC's director, which is what led her to her own research into the report. After we reviewed documents from the open records request, however, it was surprising to both Jessica and I to see that Riddle submitted the HTC application immediately following Jessica's general request for more information. This step was problematic for many reasons. First, she blatantly ignored a constituent request for information. It was followed by Riddle herself submitting the HTC application instead of going through the appropriate channel of the Denton County Historical Commission, which is standard practice in the state and required of all other historic marker projects in the county. These actions also include her intentionally using a dead man's name on the application, who had been gone almost a year when she submitted it last year, Glenn Stinchcomb. We know he's been dead since June of 22. We've known that for a while, you guys. And finally, if you look at the research and narrative submitted for the HTC application, you will only see two types of documentation: UNT's online museum, so someone else's research, and a couple of deed records. That's it. There was no research into the lives of those interred into the cemetery, nor their descendants, no research into the cemetery's decline, no research into descendants of the original owners, no public events either with the city of Pilot Point or just as Denton County by itself to commemorate the community, no oral histories, no newspaper articles, none of the three master's theses written in the last decade by researchers such as myself who focus directly on Denton County. That also includes Jessica Luther Rummel and Micah Carlson. No other related primary sources about Jim Crow racial tensions in North Texas, no secondary sources, just absolutely nothing. They did not conduct a single shred of research and instead pushed the HTC marker through without notifying the community about it like they do their other markers. And they did so because they want to get as many markers as they can to protect themselves. We know this is the case because a cemetery must first have an HTC designation before it can get a state historical marker, and Riddle most definitely stated on the HTC application that she wants a full historical marker for it. And it makes me curious about Riddle's contacts at the Texas Historical Commission and how this application was even approved, because this narrative alone should have declined the whole thing with such an absolute dearth of sources used. This lack of sources wouldn't work for an undergrad paper, as I have graded many of them before. It in no way should be considered good enough, certainly not complete for state-level historic preservation marker. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Let's go to item 2 on our agenda, our consent agenda. Members, are there any items you would like to pull, or do we have a motion for approval as presented? Motion by Commissioner Falconer, second by Commissioner Williams. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Our consent agenda today consists of item 2A, approval of order making appointments and any appropriate action. There will be no action under item 2B. Item 2C is approval of payroll. Item 2D is approval of budget amendment request 101460 for the Sheriff's Office to transfer $4,990 from courthouse security administrative equipment to maintenance management to cover the annual maintenance for the X-ray systems and any appropriate action. Item 2E is approval for recording purposes only, the road superintendent report for April 2024 and any appropriate action. We will come back to item 3A. Let's go to item 5A, approval of the bill report, payments from CSCD, Community Corrections, TAIP, Sheriff's Training, Sheriff's Forfeiture, VIT, interest, and DA forfeiture funds are presented for recording purposes only. Mr. May.
Thank you, Judge. I have no changes today. Recommend approval as presented.
All right, do we have a motion for approval? A motion by Commissioner Edmondson, second by Commissioner Mitchell. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is item 5B, acceptance and approval of the fiscal year 2024 financial reports through March 2024. Mr. May.
These are the financial reports through March of 2024, and things seem to be proceeding as expected. Interest earnings are probably the biggest thing. They are up even more than they were last year a little bit. And so part of that is because we have more funds to invest and due to bond issues and things like that. But budget's coming in as expected, and so are revenues. So.
Perfect, good. Thank you. Do we have a motion for any questions, or do we have a motion for approval?
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Edmondson, second by Commissioner Falconer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is item 6A, approval of specifications and authority to advertise for ITB number 24-2817. This is the Rector Road Bridge renovation.
Move to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Falconer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is item 6B, approval of renewal of ITB 22-2736 flexible base grade 1 type A to Denton Trucking Company.
Move to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Edmondson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is item 7A, approval of budget amendment request 101450 for juvenile detention to transfer $5,000 from radio and radar to capital equipment to cover the costs of 2 detention-grade isolation doors with windows to ensure the safety and security of residents, and any appropriate action. Motion by Commissioner Mitchell, second by Commissioner Edmondson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is item 8A. This is a report from Human Resources regarding hiring actions of elected officials. This is presented for recording purposes only. Mr. Hernandez.
Judge, Commissioners, good morning. We have one promotion in the county clerk, one new hire in the district attorney's office, 2 promotions in the district clerk, 2 new hires in the sheriff's office, 1 rehire in the sheriff's office. Those 3 are detention officer ones. That's it for this week.
Perfect, good. All right, that is presented for recording purposes only. Thank you, Gustavo. Next is item 8B. This is an approval of the downgrade of the Assistant Director of Purchasing, pay 17, to a Procurement Project Manager, pay grade 13, the creation of an Office Administrator, pay 11, and the inclusion of the Sourcing Manager and Operations Manager on Attachment A, Civil Service Exemption.
Move to approve.
Motion by
Second.
Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Falconer. Any discussion? All in favor, Commissioner Mitchell.
I don't think the was recommending this appointment. I don't have a problem with it, but
Commissioner Mitchell, as mentioned before, I recommended this to be a pay grade 9.
It's 11.
Scott feels that that should be a pay grade 11.
okay, thank you. I just didn't want to ignore that, guys.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
All right, we have a motion, second. Any other questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is item 8C. This is approval of the downgrade of slot 004 HS Program Coordinator, pay grade 12,
Excuse me.
to an Administrative Manager, pay grade 9 in the Public Health Department.
Move to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Falconer, second by Commissioner Edmondson. Any discussion?
I'd like to just for a minute.
Yes, go right ahead.
So I just wanted to thank Matt and his team. So this one and our next one, these are budget neutral. The downgrade, he kind of explained that whole thing, but they're budget neutral, but by doing these 2, which are budget neutral, he's reducing his ask for our budget for
That's great.
coming up this year. So
That doesn't always happen.
I appreciate that.
That's great. Thank you, Matt. All right. Any other questions or comments? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is item 8D, approval of the deletion of the Program Coordinator position, slot 046 HD and 047 HD, and the creation of positions registered nurse slot 055 HD and forensic death investigator slot 056 HD, and any appropriate action.
Move approval.
Motion by Commissioner Falconer, second by Commissioner Edmondson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is item 10A, approval of the Adopt a Road agreement for litter pickup For Hilltop Road, this is from Hester Lane to McAway Drive between Denton County and JB Warranties, and any appropriate action. Motion by Commissioner Edmondson, second by Commissioner Falconer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We haven't had one of these come through in a long time,
That's
and I
cool.
think that's great.
That's good.
Next is item 13A, approval of United Way of Denton County Incorporated funding request to fulfill the allocations of American Rescue Plan for housing assistance, nonprofit assistance, and food assistance due to COVID-19, and any appropriate action.
So move.
Motion by Commissioner Mitchell, second by Commissioner Edmondson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Next is 13B, approval of the Denton County Office of History and Culture's grant proposal application for the City of Denton's hotel occupancy tax funds for the calendar year 2025 in the amount of $317,000. The chair move for approval.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Edmondson. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
I want to take a sip of water here.
I know this is I think I will. So, this is a long agenda item. Next is item 14A, approval of advance funding agreement between Denton County, Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation, TxDOT, for the Shady Shores Road Project, CSJ 091846316, whereby Denton County will be responsible for the engineering, utility relocations, and 20% local match for the CAT 7 and RTR construction funds, and the direct state costs for the project, with a total cost to Denton County of $9,800,000. But with this amount is just an estimate, and the county is responsible for all cost overruns and all final costs, which will be based on actual costs. Funding for the agreement is as follows: $57,000 to come from Precinct 2 discretionary, TRIP 08, order line item 837525910, and to be transferred to the Shady Shores Road, order line item 837444910, with funding amount of $9,272,000 to come from Precinct $9,272 to come from Precinct 3 discretionary, TRIP 08, order line item 81752193030, and be transferred to the Shady Shores Road, order line item 81744493030, with funding the amount of $17,899 to come from the Precinct 3 discretionary, TRIP 08, order line item 857521970, and to be transferred to Shady Shores Road, order line item 85744497070, and with funding the amount of $29,829 to come from the Chinchapel Road Precinct 3 TRIP 08, order line item 68737293030, and to be transferred to the Shady Shores Road, order line item 6874449030, and any appropriate action.
Move approval.
Motion by Commissioner Falconer, second by Commissioner Mitchell. Well, I'm glad that we are getting
Yeah.
this project done. We've been working on this for a long time with
It's
RTR
taking
money,
too long
and
for me.
Huh?
Taking too long.
It's way too long. It's an important project, and we're glad we're getting this important road improved and elevated out of the flood plain there. Any other questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We're going to skip forward to item 14F, approval of the agreement for construction of the HVAC equipment replacement CSP 232796 between Denton County, Texas and the DMI Corporation, DBA Decker Mechanical, in the amount of $3,730,315, which amount includes a contingency allowance of $287,660, with funding to come from the ARPA DCCB HVAC expenses, order line item 5466641095, ARPA Courthouse HVAC expenses, order line item 5466641099, ARPA Southwest Courthouse HVAC expense, order line item 5466641090, ARPA Copeland Building HVAC expense, order line item 5466641091, ARPA Horn Building HVAC expense, order line item 5466641092, and ARPA Morse Facility HVAC expense, order line item 5466641093, as recommended by the Denton County Purchasing Director.
Move to approve.
Motion by
Second.
Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Falconer. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. Let's proceed forward to item 17, our community updates.
Thank you, Judge.
3A.
I just have a couple things.
Thank you.
City of Aubrey hosts the summer music. That's going to be Saturday, May 31st, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., Veterans Memorial Park. And obviously, we want to continue to support Sanger and Aubrey softball through the
Perfect.
rest of the playoffs. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Commissioner Falconer.
Thank you, Judge. So, just a reminder that we've got Memorial Day coming up, and so I'll take time to remember all those who have died for us in protection of our country.
That's right.
So, in Carrollton, we have Sounds on the Square on the 24th at 6 p.m. In downtown Carrollton, we have Public Works Rodeo on the 23rd at 9 a.m. at the library at Josie Ranch. And then in Little Elm, we have Farmers Market at the Lawn. That's on May 25th at 10 a.m. That's on the lawn. And then we have the Veterans Fair on the 25th at 4 o'clock. And that is on 125 Main Street. And then Battle of the Badges Blood Drive on the 28th at 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. at 303 Main Street. That's all I've got.
Perfect. Good. Commissioner Mitchell.
I have a concert in the park on May 24th at 7 p.m. in Flower Mound. Barefoot Nation Band, Kenny Chesney Tribute Band, 7 p.m. And Memorial Day ceremony in Flower Mound, West Windsor Drive at the Flower Mound Senior Center. Lake Dallas, we're still having our trade days in Farmers Market, May 25th, 8 to noon. Sounds of Louisville, May 21st, 7 p.m. And May 28th, 7 p.m. at the Wayne Ferguson Plaza. Fiesta Chara, May 26th, and that's at the Bill Weaver Arena. That's also in Louisville, 3 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. And don't forget the sales tax holiday, May 25th through the 27th.
I bet you'll take full advantage of that.
I don't know if I need to buy anything else. Well, I don't know if I have any place to put it.
Well, that's true. It hasn't stopped you before. Commissioner Edmondson.
Thank you, Judge. The first two things I'd like to mention, Denton Movie in the Park, the Super Mario Brothers movie, which will be at May 31st at 7 p.m. in the Quakertown Park. Bring your blanket to enjoy the movie with family and friends. Food trucks will be on site, so you can purchase dinner and dessert. And then in Roanoke, they continue to have evenings on Oak Street concert series, and that's May 23rd, 6:30 to 8, 221 North Oak Street in Roanoke. The rest of these events all have to do with Memorial Day, and I do want to mention each of them. It is so important that we remember what Memorial Day is for. It's not cooking hot dogs outside or shooting fireworks or swimming in the community pool. Memorial Day is for us to remember and memorialize those people who have given their lives that we might live in freedom and peace. Some people confuse Memorial Day and Veterans Day, and both of them are important. Veterans Day honors our veterans who are living and who have served us. Memorial Day honors those who didn't come back. So let's start with Bartonville. They have a celebration on May 27th from 12 to 4 in their town hall. And then Hazlet has a Memorial Day event May 27th at 10 in their town hall. Southlake is having Mesterworks in the Southlake Town Square. And then Trophy Club has their Memorial Day ceremony at 10 in the morning on the 27th at their Medland Cemetery. So thank you all so much for remembering what Memorial Day is about.
Perfect. Thank you. I'm glad you highlighted the differences there, Commissioner. I'll tell you, over the weekend, there was a great turnout in Double Oak for their 50th anniversary of their incorporation, and it was just great to see everybody there. I was very happy for them. They had a lot of their former leadership and long-term residents there, so it was a great time. So continue the happy birthday celebration in Double Oak. And I would just like to remind everybody that our offices will be closed Monday, the 27th. There'll be no Commissioners Court on the 28th in honor of Memorial Day. I just want to remind everybody that. And the May 19th through the 25th marks the 50th anniversary of National EMS Week. I want to thank everyone who serves in the field and responds to the medical calls, and your bravery and expertise saves lives every day. So I want to give a shout out to them. So let's go back to item 3A, on our agenda. 3A. And this is a approval of a resolution recognizing the Circle R Ranch as a Denton County heritage business in any appropriate action. And Jason and Hillary, if y'all come forward, and Peggy is with us, and Peggy has some presentations. Peggy's our Director of the Office of History and Culture. And Peggy, do you want to go ahead and start? And I have a proclamation, and Jason will give you all and Hillary will give you all the last word. Okay,
Yes.
so y'all get this.
Thank you so much for being here, and we just so appreciate the hospitality all of our Denton County family receives at the Circle R. Y'all have a wonderful history of over 50 years now, and we would like to recognize you as a Denton County heritage business. You can put this on your windows. I've got a couple of them for you, and wanted to let you know that in the fall, when we get the courthouse on the square reopened, we're going to have an exhibit on our Denton County heritage businesses in our 1896 room. So people would come and learn more about your heritage. I have a couple of books on Denton history, as well as a couple of coasters on our latest historical property that was restored at the Denton County Historical Park, our Taylor Cabin. So y'all can spread those. Go ahead.
Perfect. And I'll go ahead and read this resolution. This is a resolution whereas the Denton County Commissioners Court, Denton County, Texas, during a regular session on the 21st day of May 2024, consider the following resolution. Whereas the Office of History and Culture wishes to recognize businesses that have been in operation for over 50 years with the title of Denton County Heritage Business. And whereas since 1973, the Circle R Ranch has served the North Texas area as one of the premier venues for special events, elegant galas, and exclusive corporate outings. When Alan L. Powdermaker relocated his family from New York to Texas, his dream was to build a ranch to entertain private guests in an authentic Western setting. After hosting the first event with 28 people on September the 20th, 1973, the Powdermaker family grew the business to host over 100,000 guests each year. It was from 1997 to 2011, husband and wife team Stephen and Wendy Foster managed the Circle R Ranch, earning more than 15 top industry awards. In 2012, they handed the reins over to Jason Hillary Roberts, who created Genuine Texas Hospitality, LLC, to serve as the new operating company for the ranch. Jason and Hillary have remained committed to building on the legacy, partnerships, and Genuine Texas Hospitality they have helped create over the last 2 decades and plan to carry on the Texas traditions for many years to come. And now, therefore, be it resolved, the Commissioners Court of Denton County does hereby recognize the Circle R Ranch as a Denton County heritage business for their continued dedication and service to Denton County. Done in open court this is the 21st day of May 2024 upon a motion by the chair. Second by Commissioner Mitchell. Well, Jason and Hillary, I can't believe it's been 50 years. I can't believe it. I saw y'all's Facebook post the other day talking about your upcoming 50th anniversary. I'm like, I can't believe the Circle R has been going 50 years. So it's such a great business. I'm glad that it plays host to our county picnic each year. And so many memories of our county employees and their families are made out of the Circle R Ranch. And I spend a lot of time there on the weekends with different events. I think I know all your team members by name. But if you think about the Circle R, not only are fun memories made there, but finances are raised and funds are raised to help our nonprofits here across the county. And I can think of all the millions of dollars that are generated through charitable giving at your location that go and help change the lives of our Denton County residents. And so, you really do play a critical part in the fabric of our county. and by playing host to all these events. And I just, you're a part of that, that continuum of hope as we help others across our county. And I want to thank y'all and your venue for your hospitality. And I wish y'all another 50 years. You know, we maybe won't be around to commemorate the centennial, but we do want to commemorate the 50th. And so, as Peggy said, we will put y'all in a gallery there at in the courthouse on the square, and would love to preserve any photographs or other records that I have of the business entities so that we can preserve that for future generations. So you're in very good company with Huff Fines and Beasley's and the Denton Record Chronicle and so many Acme Brick and so many others that we've acknowledged. So you're in very good company. So thank you, Commissioner. Did you want?
I just want to echo what the judge says. Thank you for all you all do, your hospitality. You know, I could say just about everybody in Denton County has had something at Circle R Ranch. From the kids to the adults, you all have been there to help us celebrate whatever event that we were having. And it's always, everybody always come away saying, I love Circle R Ranches. I want to thank you for all that. And as the judge said, our county picnic and, you know, your hospitality is just wonderful for Denton County. We appreciate you for all that you do. And as the judge says, another 50 years, I'm not going to be here. I'm not going to even claim it. But you all may be, so just keep up the good work. Thank you.
They might be here. Anyone else? Anyone? Commissioner?
I want to echo what Commissioner Mitchell has just said. I can't tell you how many times I've been to the Circle R. And the food is always good, the service is always excellent, and the atmosphere is patriotic and refreshing and
Right.
Texan. Thank you so much for what you've done.
It's fun. I live nearby the Circle R, and it's fun on a Saturday evening to see all these motor coaches going, heading out west along 1171 out to there, and then sometimes I'll pass them leaving later that night. You know, they're coming from the Gaylord or they're coming from the hotels in Dallas, in Fort Worth. You know, and I always think, I know they had a great time out of the Circle R. Those guests from out of town or out of state, you know, and they come here to Flower Mound and to Denton County. They had a great time with y'all. So, any other comments? We'd love to hear from y'all.
I just, from our family, Hillary and I have been a part of Circle R since 1997. So during my college years, bussing tables, cleaning bathrooms. And I tell everybody 30 years later, I'm still bussing tables and cleaning bathrooms. But I grew up in Louisville, so I have my roots here. And it's always been important for us to give back what we receive. And so we are blessed with a great corporate clientele that comes in that allows us to do a lot of the fundraisers and the galas at a price point that allows them to make money and to be a steward of the community. So it's very important for us to continue that legacy that was started by the Powdermaker family. And we just want to thank the community in Denton County for always being a great partner. And we look forward to doing that, more of that in the future. So thank you guys for recognizing us, and we greatly appreciate it.
Well, and I want to publicly commend y'all for y'all's tenacity and your perseverance for the last few years. The hospitality industry has not been a pleasant time and a pleasant environment, and we stayed in touch with y'all, and I know y'all did everything you could to keep going, and I'm just very proud of y'all and your can-do spirit and attitude. And so you'll make us proud. So thank you and congratulations and happy 50th birthday. So, all right, we have a motion, a second. Any other comments? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously.
We'll just leave it here to everybody. They're going to give you, here's the resolution. Perfect. Is that in your way?
No matter.
Congratulations, sir. Yes. Unless they have no option. Unless it's so one-sided. So it tells you that you go to the right, right?
Yeah, I guess so, especially.
It's like basketball, they like to go to the right.
I'm scared.
That's interesting.
This is a little long. Too long.
Yeah.
We're going to come back and do the real estate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because there's like three of them are all the same. They're all
Method of
tied.
madness.
Yeah, they're all tied.
Well, alrighty then, let's. We're almost finished.
Judge, I have one thing I'd like to share with the
Yes.
court, if I could.
Sure, absolutely.
And that is, based on what was said earlier, I want to present y'all with the certificate for the St. John Historic Texas Cemetery
Oh,
that we did.
oh, perfect.
We
Good.
did everything according to procedure, and it was warmly received by the Texas Historical Commission.
Good,
So I
thank you.
just wanted y'all to
Oh, perfect.
see that, and
Good.
we'll
Thank you.
share it with our precinct commissioner's
One commissioner.
office.
Perfect,
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, let's go to our executive session items. We have 4 items today. Let's go to item 15A, Texas Government Code 5510711A, consultation with attorney in a closed meeting when a governmental body seeks the advice of its attorney about pending litigation and cause number 423CV00864, ALM styled SF and Denton County, Texas et al., which is currently pending in the United States District Court for the Eastern District of Texas, Sherman Division. And item 15B, Texas Government Code 551072, deliberation regarding real property, closed meeting to deliberate the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property. If deliberation in an open meeting would have a detrimental effect on the position of a governmental body in negotiations with a third person. 15C, Texas Government Code 551087, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations, closed meeting to deliberate the offer of a financial or other incentive to a business prospect regarding commercial or financial information that the governmental body has received from a business prospect that the governmental body seeks to have locate, stay, or expand in or near the territory of the governmental body located in Denton County Commissioner Precinct Number 4, and with which the governmental body is conducting economic development negotiations. In 15D, Texas Government Code 551074A1, personnel matters, closed meeting to deliberate the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee for the following position, the Director of Office of Emergency Management. It is 9:46, and we're in executive session. All right, it is 12:31, and we have reconvened from executive session. Let's go back to our regular agenda. There will be no action today on 14B. There will be no action. There will be no action on 14C. No action on 14D. No action on 14E. Let's go to our executive session. There'll be no action on 15A. No action on 15B. No action on 15C. On 15D, the chair will move to hire Samantha Taylor effective today
Second.
at a salary of $125,744. Motion by the chair, second by Commissioner Williams. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries unanimously. I would like to remind the public that we will have no future meetings on May the 28th, June 18th, and September 3rd. No commissioners on court on May the 28th, June 18th, or September 3rd. Hearing no action for the, yes.
I'm sorry, we will need to, item 8B, there was a corrected court order for that
Oh,
item.
thank you for that. Thank you.
Oh, that's when
Not
it's
so
okay to start it
fast.
again.
Okay, so here we go. 8B, I would like to, there was a error in the drafting of the language here, and I would like to just read the revised court order. Under 8B, this is approval of the downgrade of the Assistant Director of Purchasing, pay grade 18, to a procurement project manager, pay grade 13, the creation of an office administrator, pay grade 11, and the inclusion of the sourcing manager and operations manager on attachment A, civil service exemptions. So that is just a correction from typo from the 17 to an 18. All right, no, we don't need to vote on that. Civility said. All right, hearing no other action before the court, we are adjourned. Thank you.